Hello, you beautiful people. And James. And welcome back, guys. Today we bring you another new video. And this is a personal one to me that I want to share with these two. It's what are you doing to white people? I actually don't know, but yeah, so I was doing a lot of research on videos, and this video just kept popping up all the time. So that's literally the only reason I'm reacting to it today.
Oh, I thought it was reacting because you're white and you want to see what me and George is doing to you.
Ah,
If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for checking out multiple videos on the channel. We really do appreciate it.
all right. Before we get started, thanks for stopping by. We are at a goal of 10,000 subscribers. If you can smash that button, help us get there. All right. Thumbs up this video. It's going to be a good video. Ring that bell notification so you can always stay tuned to what we are releasing. And we are always releasing daily sometimes.
Maybe.
All right, let's go ahead and see what we are doing to white people.
And
Let's talk about what we're doing to white people.
he's
Is
Asian
that-
There's
though.
been something going on for a while now that we're being told not to notice. More to the point, that we're asking white people not only to ignore, but to accept. The rising tide of racial hatred against white people. In the past decade, there has been a noticeable cultural shift in what constitutes acceptable speech as it relates to white people. Back when I was a kid, in the early 2000s, the mainstream American culture preached about respecting each other's differences and not seeing color. Nowadays, we say that not seeing color is racism, that you must see color. But the more I see how things are unfolding, the more I'm convinced that this is wrong. Back then, saying something offhanded about white people were seen as not appropriate, just as it would be to say something offhanded about people of any other race. But that soon gave way to our current times, in which there exists virtually no limit to what racial minorities can and do say about white people. I believe this is the natural outgrowth of a perverse ideology that teaches us that every societal ill, is the fault of white people, and that whatever prejudice acts we may inflict upon them does not constitute discrimination because we don't have the power to discriminate. And alarmingly, this is particularly pronounced in the younger generation. But is it true? Do we not have the power to discriminate? Well, let's see. First, let's take a look at the racial hatred at the interpersonal level. In today's society, it has become somewhat fashionable to think things and say things about and to white people that would not be acceptable if it was said about any other race.
That's true.
We're being
That
taught
is true.
that this double standard is not wrong, that it is rather a form of empowerment. They'll attribute negative experiences that they've had with white people to their whiteness. You had an argument in line at the grocery store with a white person? They were acting entitled because they were white. A white driver cut you off when you were driving? They need to check their white privilege. Your actions, your conduct, and your
Okay, I
existence,
see where he's
in
going
other
with this
words,
now.
Yeah, me
boil
too.
down to your whiteness. And ashamedly, at one point in time, this was how I used to think as well.
Which
And beyond the
unfortunately,
people in my
sorry,
circle,
we have with the videos that we've this is literally what we've been learning through the political videos and stuff, really, isn't it? Well, I've learned on the way from being closed eyes from when we started the channel to now we're actually actively research stuff.
Yeah,
But
Like
it's,
how-
it's not a major thing that's happening though.
it's not.
It's not.
Uh-uh.
I don't even know. I don't even remember the last time that I heard someone complaining that someone saying like taking someone out of conduct of being white. I don't even remember the last thing. I mean, I think the world has changed so much. Now it's on a whole new level.
Well,
How old is this
think-
video?
A month ago.
So I think what he's getting at though is where if I was to publicly come out and call you an M-bomb, I would be destroyed.
Mhm.
But if you were to call me any white slur that was
It'd be-
equal to
it'd
that,
be
no
funny.
one would give a shit. You'd be
yeah.
people are like, oh my god, that's so true. Look at him.
So
Mhm.
we
So I
can't
think that's what-
insult and talk about white as hold on.
But isn't it the whites that started that? Y'all like they started the don't say that because it's racist thing, and then
I
it just
honestly have no idea.
stretched from there.
Let's see what he
I have
says.
no
let's,
idea.
Let's see how he explains
Yeah,
all this, guys.
And ashamedly, at one point in time, this was how I used to think as well. And beyond the people in my circle, I noticed that many people of color have this sort of blasé attitude, an attitude most particularly pronounced when there are no other white people around. Things are being said not just behind closed doors, but out in the open. not just between close friends, but between complete
Told you
strangers.
two about it
So
before
here's
when I
the
walked
thing.
down the street.
This
People
is
shout
something
at
that
me.
I've experienced countless
That's true.
times, so I know that there are other people who are experiencing it too.
Also, I'm sorry.
Mm.
Also, you said a black kid called your daughter the
Yeah.
N bomb.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
didn't he tell her personally, like, you can't say it back to me because you're white?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
So
and-
this is the kind of stuff that the video is talking about.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay.
and just
then
for
this- that's
context,
true.
like that, my daughter was 9 at the time,
Mm.
like when this happened in her primary school. So
If this
yeah.
is what he's talking about, which it is what he's talking about, then it's 100% fact.
Yeah.
Color, we can get away with a lot of stuff.
Slur wise. Vocal.
Slur
Yes,
wise,
yeah, slur wise, yeah.
We ain't talking about running red lights and stuff.
So that
We're talking about verbal.
That's the thing that non-white people have against white people. I'm guessing we could say and talk about pretty much anything.
But here's the thing. This is something that I've experienced countless times, so I know that there are other people who are experiencing it too. I know it must resonate with at least some of you. The difficulty here is that no matter how many anecdotes I share, they are just that, anecdotes. And people who refuse to believe that this is happening will just chalk it up to my experiences being a fluke. Or worse yet, they'll say I'm lying. So I've compiled some TikTok videos. I want you to take a look at the things that are being said about white people,
Thank you.
especially by the younger generation.
Thank
the
you.
kind of
Oh,
statements
yes.
people wouldn't dare say about people of
I
any
was
other
hoping it
race.
wasn't gonna be this whole
Take a
time.
look at what is stunningly in vogue in today's society and ask yourselves, where does this lead to years down the line?
You have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't
What's the name of that TikTok? White fragility?
Fragility,
Fragility,
frag.
fragility,
White
fragility. Yeah. Fragility.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
don't just bring them. I might not be
What?
in the mood to deal
What
with
was
Sorry,
that?
sorry. So is she basically trying to say that a white person's like a dog? You have to ask them to come into someone else's house.
Wait, okay. This has to. Okay, I
That's
think
like
James
full-on
and I.
racist, man.
James and I, we're not in this generation, bro. I know
Oh,
this generation that is like this is what's the Gen Z stuff.
Yeah, it's all that shit. Yeah, that's full on. Yeah.
They're taking it and they're strict. Bam.
They are really blowing it up
Let me
out of
see if
proportion.
this silly cow has been banned for this slur that she said. That white fragility thing is literally a hashtag on TikTok, and it's loads of people of color with it on. So not white people don't
Interesting.
have it. So it must just be a trend of slagging off white people. Fair enough.
Okay, well let's get
Which I generally don't give a shit about. Just let us do it back as well. It'd be right good banter.
there you go.
It'd be, like take the piss out of each other's like differences. That's the way it should
Exactly.
be.
That's
The
the way it
world is
should
way
be.
too sensitive for
You
that.
shouldn't hate on it. It should just be funny. It's like, ha, motherfucker, you're allergic to the sun. It's like, yeah, I am. Like you're allergic to the cold, bitch. Like,
Mm,
you know what I
mhm,
mean?
mhm.
It's
That's
doesn't
all it
hurt, and
is.
it's literally the truth.
It's
Yeah.
banter. It's banter. Right.
Banter, yeah, banter, yeah.
I'm
yeah.
trying to say like you.
Mm.
Here we go.
You need to ask
You didn't say the T.
permission from
Banter.
everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just bring them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying.
Aha.
And another
Wow.
thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person.
Accomplices ask, how can
What?
they
Oh,
support
this
black
guy's
and indigenous
crazy.
people of color? And some they support black and indigenous people of color. And sometimes I really don't know what to say, but here's one easy way. Just don't have babies.
Women can single-handedly
So the solution was for white people to stop having babies.
So wait, he wants to
Okay.
what they call it? They want to you.
Read it. His name
AKA
is
the
Lance.
modern warrior
Yeah.
who had a 2 million following on TikTok and gained fame replying to white people by saying, "Hey, colonizer." Okay, yeah, but if he said that, I'd have just punched him straight in the fucking face. To be honest,
Well,
like if you insult me, like I'm just gonna hit you. I don't give a fuck what
he
colour you
got
are.
death threats and threats.
Well, yeah, well,
Full time.
when you're personally attacking someone's color, you're gonna get death threats from people. Like, what else do you expect?
That's full on racism. What he's doing.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Like literally, you're calling out.
Look, Lance, I don't agree on how they establish their footing in this here fine country.
But they're all fucking dead. Every single one of them, and their children, and their grandchildren, and their grandchildren. They're all fucking dead.
Thank you, Bull.
Like, fucking
You
hell.
can't
Like,
hold a
if-
grudge on that, bro, because
you're
it didn't
really
only happen
angry-
to you; it happened to a lot of people.
Yeah, and like,
You, yeah,
this shit still happens today, but no one gives a fuck.
it's still
Yeah,
happening.
it still
man.
happens. They go do something about it, man. But it ain't the white man anymore. It's just same colored people. So it doesn't matter about your skin color. It's just
Man.
whoever's more powerful than the other one took over the other one. It's literally humanity. You're like, oh fuck, you're weaker than me. Okay, I got guns.
Yeah, look, no matter if you're right or wrong, racism is still racism. At the end of the
Yeah.
day,
It just
you
shouldn't be there.
you could not hate someone else that way because
the
of
color
how
of their
they.
skin.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Black
you.
and indigenous people.
Sorry,
of
it's a
color.
different shade.
Hmm.
And sometimes I really don't know what to say, but here's one easy way. Just don't have babies.
Women
Yeah.
can single-handedly cause the white genocide that they are so afraid of. With 2.25 billion Asian women and 500 million white men, baby, it'll only take 2 generations. In 2 generations, there will no longer be any blonde-haired.
These are some things I noticed about white American
Well,
culture.
that's-
So
Being-
she's
It's
trying to
happening
say that-
already. It's happening already, though.
Yeah, the thing is, at the end of the day, humanity, because we're all mixed now, we're generally going to become to like, I think, a little bit of a lighter shade of you two. I think that's what humanity will end up as after we've
Yeah, of course.
had all
of
our
course, of
generations.
course.
Yeah, I think it'd be like just a little lighter shade of you two. And that's the perfect shade, then. That's all weathers,
Well,
bro.
that means we will be able to handle any climate.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like the
punishment to
perfect human.
That's
Yeah.
what they call punishment. The least grounded, least balanced, most destructive race considers being grounded a punishment? Yeah. They also say really violent phrases. Like, they say things like, kill 2 birds
She's
with
so
one
oppressed
stone.
drinking all that shit
Why do
in
we have
front
to
of
kill
us
the
that she just
birds?
bought from a shop.
Why is everything so violent?
I
It's
know,
almost
yeah,
like
keep
one's
drinking all that
language
shit.
and phrases
She's on that
reflects
lean.
one's nature.
So that new Jeffrey Dahmer movie on Netflix is the
It's not a movie, it's a series.
example of the sensationalization of white violence. People have a much easier time sympathizing
What's
with
the
white
TV series?
criminals than they do with black.
TV series.
What? She said a film, but you said it's a TV series.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
I don't know what it is. Never
Okay,
heard of
it's,
it.
it's about the serial killer, a white guy killing and
Oh.
eating black people.
Oh, fuck. So he's
Yeah.
just a psychopath.
Yeah,
Yeah. He likes dark
it's
meat.
It's a true story. But all right, let's go.
People have a much easier time sympathizing with white criminals than they do with black victims. People think these shows are harmless,
What?
but they actually contribute to a much bigger issue. It contributes to the viewpoint that white people are less violent than everyone else, and white violence is something to be consumed in media, and that's it.
What is with
How
Caucasian
was she
people
crazy?
in,
Does she
like-
not remember the fucking Nazis? Like, what the fuck? They weren't exactly nice, were they? They were the most violent fucking people I think there's ever been. Jesus Christ.
I'm not sure what was going on about that. In the comments,
Oh, no.
please. But I'm thinking,
yeah.
what I'm thinking is, when a white person commits serial murder, a serial killer, it's interesting enough to be watched on television. But when a black guy does
do they-
something terrible, it's not. So they're thinking that black people are way more dangerous than white people, because if white people do it, it's viewable. But if a black
Okay,
guy
I see,
does,
I
it's
see.
like, oh my god, a black guy did that. But if a white guy did, it's like, oh snap, let's make a movie. I'm guessing
okay,
that's what she
yeah,
means. I don't know.
I don't
yeah,
know.
I thought different then. I thought she was trying to go with the fact that you put it on the telly so it makes it seem not as bad.
Yeah, you could be right too.
Glorifying
That's-
it.
That
Maybe,
yes,
maybe.
Yeah,
Bulldog.
yeah,
Yes, that
Makes
sounds
sense.
likely too. In the comments, talk.
Hey,
then
but the
that's why I
thing,
just-
but another thing is like, who's teaching these? Who's teaching them this? Is it the school or the media? Where are they getting this information from? Because their point of view of the world is completely different
No,
than what I
George.
know.
No one's
What's up?
teaching them this. They're teaching the world this. They're the teachers. That's the problem.
Where are they getting these ideas from, though?
In your
Like
head.
they're so young.
Watch this. Watch this. Oh man, the sky is purple right now, and the sun, it's turning bright pink. It comes from your head. You just throw it out your mouth. That's what's wrong with the world. People are just literally spewing what they think with nothing to back it. There's no backing. That's
And
what's
then
wrong
you
with
get
the
the
world.
morons that believe them.
Yeah.
Their sole mission is to lower the frequency of the world with all this hatred.
I
Basically.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Or they're just sour people.
Like,
Y'all hear it?
Y'all act like you
Barely.
don't understand shit because y'all be the first ones
Can't
during
hear.
a conversation about the Holocaust to get so mad when black people be like, you do realize that the original Jewish people were black, right? White people do not need to explain to anybody about us all bleeding red because, baby, you all are the people that need to learn that lesson. Clearly, history shows that you all are the people that like to pillage and eradicate, enslave and oppress, attempt to
This shows how
suppress greatness
uneducated she
because you all
is.
It's not only that, man. Like, why are people still living in the past? Like, why are you still faulting today's
No.
generation for what
No,
happened
well,
5, 7, 800
the-
years ago?
No, the issue is that this whole pillaging stuff has only been put on white people. Like you do realize everyone did it to each other.
Everyone did it
It's
to
just-
each other.
Unfortunately for everyone else, the whites got better technology first. That is it. And, like,
All right,
if
Bulldog.
but if anyone else had the better technology,
All right,
you know, they
Bulldog.
were doing the same.
You
crap.
know, China invented the crossbow, but okay.
You know,
you
I don't
have-
think the whites had the technology, bro. I don't. The Aztecs had the most sophisticated city known
Cool.
to man, and they were making.
a different subject for a different video. We'll talk about that. Different subject for a different video.
have it.
Okay.
Right? Here go y'all cum goblins who don't even live in the
What?
fucking
What
city.
she just
She
called
called you
you, Bulldog?
goblin, bro.
What she call you,
motherfucking
Bulldog?
goblin.
Hold on, let's listen to this.
Cum goblin.
Hold on.
Don't have it.
Right? Here go y'all cum goblins who don't even live in the fucking city. Which, by the way, the Q-tip people are the last ones to ever talk about somebody
Q-tip.
stealing anything. Y'all wouldn't be in this country had it not been for y'all stealing it. So y'all are more focused on people looting and trying to get necessities and things that they need. And yes, a TV is a fucking necessity thing. You feel like
It's
you're better
fucking
than
not,
these
you
people
dumb
are out here
bitch.
stealing and you would never. First of all, if you are a Mayo monster, that is how your ancestors got everything
Mayo.
from stealing. People are
And that's a behavior that's very common among.
I'm offended about the word she called you, bull.
You may have not intended that, but there are many
Mayonnaise is
white
nice.
women who act exactly like you.
If you can find it in your heart this holiday season to donate to the Discriminated White Fund, you'd be helping millions.
Nothing says high protein like
That was just
cicadas
funny,
and
though.
cheese. Make sure you
That Bear
And
Grylls
nothing
breakfast.
says caucasity like that right there.
He claims that's his real voice, but I call cap on that 100%. If y'all know him, y'all know him. You can
What?
see him straining to talk. He says it's his real voice, but it's not.
make sure you
And nothing says caucasity like that right there.
It looks like he's straining.
Is he
like
colouring
this.
in his beard?
I don't know what he's doing. But he says nothing claims caucasity like that. That's just a simple clip thrown out with no context. I
No
don't know what it
context.
means. All right, let's go.
Cassidy looks like roaming Asian grocery stores like it's an amusement park.
Explain to me why white people don't wear shoes outdoor, but wear shoes inside.
Well, they're in Texas.
We are both white women. We are inherently a danger in spaces for Black, Indigenous, and other people of color simply by
Jump off a
existing.
bridge.
It's white cis men who are part of the far right-winged ideology of fascism. That is a true threat and the terrorism to this country.
If BIPOC
Pause. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's a white cis male?
There's another. It's like it's like someone
Is
calling you a
that new-
Q-tip. Look, hey,
What the fuck's a Q-tip?
it's a white thing you clean your ears with, bro.
Oh, earbuds. Oh, okay.
But the thing is, look at the generation that's talking about this stuff.
Q-tip.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can't only think about the generation because the past video was O-Chick, so.
Was it? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the white.
It's,
yeah,
it's
but-
not
yeah,
even
but
a generation
that's-
anymore. It's
No,
just
It's not even a
that's
generation
white
anymore.
guilt, though. That's literally just left liberal people.
we're
There's loads of them.
literally.
Go.
Hey,
Yes,
in the
yes.
comments, feel free to have a full-blown conversation. We'll reply. Let's go.
That is
That's
a
a good
true
subject.
threat and the terrorism to this country.
If BIPOC stand in the street and scream at the top of their lungs, I hate all white people, I want all white people to go die, die white devil, you cracker bitch.
What?
That's still not racism.
You're not one of the
That's
good
just hate speech, isn't
She
it?
I think she was being sarcastic, right? She had to be sarcastic, right?
I kind
No,
of don't know. She
No,
was
no,
American.
Jinx. She was saying this, bro. She says, if you're someone in color, you can go out and say it, and you can say, "Oh, that's not racist."
So you don't think she's being sarcastic?
No, she's.
No,
I think she feels that way, bro.
Interesting. Interesting.
Her bitch. That's still not racism.
You're not one of the good white people. Other, stop
Steven
separating
Seagal.
us from the.
Sorry.
I was away then. I was away. I was reading that. What did you say? Fuck, I missed it.
But you look like Steven Seagal, bro.
Stupid. Oh, Brian, make sure you bring up a picture of Steven Seagal.
Okay. Oh my god.
Damn.
George, you're stupid. All right, let's go.
Nice.
We only got 9 minutes left. We could do it.
Yeah, trying.
One of the good white people. Stop separating us from the bad white people. Don't sit out there in comments and say, we don't claim them. We are that. We are the ones shooting up schools. We are the ones raping people, the ones enslaving people.
And I'll say it. I hate being white.
Oh, and then why'd he drink? What's it?
Which means I'm one of the good ones.
I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to stop.
That was a piss take.
Yeah, he's being sarcastic on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
What is going on?
All white people are inherently racist.
Yes.
Can you be racist against white people?
Based off of the definition of racism, yes, but it's not gonna hurt them and hurt their opportunities like it does people of color.
That is true.
Well,
That
technically
is true.
you can. It's not like an issue.
Why is that true, though?
It's not gonna affect their opportunities and stuff. Like that goes both ways. Racism
won't affect that white privilege. Like, you know what it is, right? You know what it is. Okay.
I'm sorry to say, but
is.
I'm agreeing with her on that point.
Yeah.
Bulldog.
It is.
I'm sorry to say.
We can get away with what we say.
I mean, what you're on about then?
I'm
Like
trying
you've just
to. I'm trying to.
Okay. Have a. Go ahead, Jason. You have to explain it.
Okay. It's kind
okay.
of hard
I got
explain
it.
because
Okay. If you got a black person, right, and you got a white person, who's more likely you'll hire to clean your house when you're gone?
What? Who am I going to hire?
It's
to watch your
hard-
house or something. Who would you trust more?
Hard to put an analogy to this, Bulldog. To be honest, I may be out of line in this one.
Yeah,
the way she said it.
What did no, let's go back and let's see what she said again. Right,
Listen.
based off the definition of racism. Yes.
Based
but
off
it's
the
not gonna-
definition of racism, yes, but it's not going to hurt them and hurt their opportunities like it does black people.
Well, maybe in the past, yes, but not anymore. Not with all the. You need that whole what is it? Racial thing. You need a certain amount of ethnic people now in certain jobs and schools. And that doesn't count Asians. Actually hurts the Asians.
Yeah, I don't even know why I said yes. I agree. It just popped in my head like, yeah, it sounds legit. Like, hey.
Well, yeah, but that's the way that you've been taught. There's nothing like, dude. That's just how you've been taught.
True,
There's
true,
nothing,
We've been taught that way.
like, yeah.
We're still programmed, man.
Comments.
Yeah.
We're still programmed.
Yes, but it's not gonna hurt them and hurt their opportunities like it does people of color. While technically you can, it's not like an issue. You can oppress the oppressor.
You can't oppress the oppressor.
Why do people?
See, that's another annoying thing. Like, how is the guy Dave who literally cleans the who's a janitor at your school? How's he an oppressor?
Because he's white.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Like they just label. No, look at the leadership. Just everyone.
Unless Dave is a black guy. Is Dave a black guy?
Oh, we could have Dave as a black guy if you want.
You can't be racist to white people. It's impossible. The system is not set up that way. You can insult white people, but it is not racism. Me calling a white person a tub of mayonnaise and like a flower looking at it, that's not racist.
You went all the way to Africa to physically take black people from their homes, shove them in on boats where a lot of them got diseases and died. Tell them where they could sit on a bus. Tell them which schools they could go to, which water fountains they could use, which bathrooms they could use. And that's sugarcoating.
Well, the bit at the end did.
No, that's true. But I'm talking about how black people got here from boats.
That probably was.
You cannot survive that travel.
But when she's talking about segregation was alive and well. That was true.
Black people were here just like Indians. We were just here.
They could go to, which water fountains they could use, which bathrooms they could use, and that's sugarcoating it. Those are just terms. I'm not even describing all the disgusting things that happen. And they don't even want revenge. They are letting you guys skate by asking for equal rights. That's it. And you're still saying no? They are not as angry as they should be. Y'all are getting off easy, and you're still saying no? Fuck you.
Some people look at that and chalk it up to the grumblings of the powerless.
just
That's
seen
the
that
idea that when
actually,
you have
2
a
days
power
ago on
disparity, the
TikTok. I
less
seen
powerful sort of has this general society given leeway to complain about the more powerful. The villagers complaining about their king doesn't have the same ring as the king making snide and crude comments about the villagers. But that's not what's going on here. Because although certain segments of our society refuse to believe this, even as evidence mount before our very eyes, in one side of the political aisle, people of color actually have greater power than white people. That is the truth that is not being acknowledged by the people that need to hear it, because this gets in the way of them wielding that power in the way they want, malignantly. I've heard from somewhere that politics is downstream of culture, and I think that is certainly correct. We have a mainstream culture that tells us it's okay to hold prejudiced and hateful view of white people, and our politics is then infused with this energy, and we see active, overt, and on-the-books racial discrimination of white people that those who are perpetuating this hatred is refusing to see as discrimination. They'll say, no, 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 this is remediation. These are the same people who are making tenuous arguments that some of our race-neutral laws discriminate against people of color. And this is certainly evidence that in one side of the political aisle, people of color have more power than white people. Because if we didn't have the power, we wouldn't be able to put into place practices and policies that does this. That's what power is. Things like Minneapolis local government agreeing to a contract with the teachers union that says white teachers must be fired first. New York City's government enacting a policy of having white seniors go to the back of the line on life-saving COVID treatment.
Interesting.
A college
Why is this still
professor
happening?
that says white people should be killed and facing no repercussions. Cornell University banning white people from rock climbing lessons. One of many instances of liberal colleges doing the utmost to exclude and ostracize white students. BIPOC-only events equal no whites, but they don't have the guts to say that, even though that is what that is. That's what makes us different than the mere grumblings of the common villager. The villagers have surrounded the palace, demanding Marie Antoinette's head. The power dynamics have shifted. That is a fact. Progressive media outlets do not cover these stories. Some people out there have no idea that this is going on. But worse, some others out there know but agree with what's going on. And for those people to convince themselves that this is not racial discrimination, they play mind tricks and word games. They use phrases and talking points like punching up. You can't be racist to white people.
I don't know any of those terms.
Meaning, I'm acting oppressively, but I've designated you as the oppressor, so everything goes. Or
I'm gonna stay in my house.
infamous words. The only way to remedy past discrimination is current discrimination. Or when people say things like, what we're doing to white people is not racism, because racism is prejudice plus power, and we don't have the power. They use all this
this plus power bit
Hold
from. When did that ever come into?
I don't know. White privilege is a term you may have heard before, and it can be confusing. Think of it this way: imagine a white
Okay, so white privilege is definitely dead.
That's what he's saying.
Power, and we don't have the power. They use all this mind-bending apparatus to delude themselves into believing what they are doing faces no moral quandary. But in the back of their minds, perhaps in their subconscious minds, is racial revenge. We experienced it, you experienced it too. See how you like it. That people of color are using our newfound power to act this way and then pretend like none of this is going on leads me to believe that we would have done the same thing that white people did were we to be in their historical position. Because such acts have its roots in human nature, not white people nature. And one can only imagine what might happen in the coming decades when the demographics of the US will have shifted such that white people will no longer constitute the majority, when the younger generation you've just seen have graduated from elite schools and hold positions of power in our institutions, our government, corporations, entertainment, news media, and so forth.
This is the future.
How they might be wielding the levers of society, being able to rationalize using their adult brain, the hatred that was embedded in their minds during their adolescence. What we're seeing is just the beginning. To the white people,
well, it goes both ways.
It's not going to affect me though.
No, check it out
at all.
We do have that earlier generation that we watch on TikTok. We have that coming to our future, right? But I don't think they're going to do anything. He is the same generation as them, same age. So we also got people like that. So we got people like that versus people like that. This and that, right? Same generation.
Who outweighs who? We don't know.
So no. When it comes in terms of leading the country, who do you think is going to actually do it? The people on TikTok or him? I think people like him will be it.
Well, they're going to have a country to lead it first. They're going to destroy the country.
What you have to remember is this guy is also just a YouTuber. So he isn't even on the political scale. So you have these people with these really crazy ideologies who are also smart as fuck, who will be the politicians. That's what he's getting at. As the like the TikTokers won't be it. The smart people will be the ones to get through. And there's more of them than this normal thinking guy.
What we're seeing is just the beginning. To the white people who are watching, I just want to say, You are not an oppressor for refusing to accept an ideology that teaches people to hate you, that teaches you that you are inherently bad, that your children are inherently bad, that you are inherently racist, no matter what you do or how you think.
I am so
that you need to repent by taking.
It goes both ways on that one, my guy. I'm talking to the guy in the video.
Yeah.
You still got white families teaching their kids to hate colored. Like it still goes both ways. You can't talk about that. I don't think he could talk about that in this video because it still goes both ways.
What he's saying, but what he's trying to get at with the video of the title is what they're doing to white people.
Yeah,
so he's
true,
just trying to
true.
say, don't worry, guys, but not everyone thinks the same.
Yeah, so maybe he has
you
another
have to
video about what
remember-
are we doing to colored people as well.
Yeah,
It goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
Yeah, I know it goes both ways, but this is literally about white people.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we still gotta stay on topic. All right, here we go.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
inherently racist, no matter what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do
fact.
or how you think. That you need to repent by taking affirmative steps in your life to redress harms that your ancestors may have done, or the racist actions of other white people. In fact, you are not an oppressor, period.
Oh.
You did not choose to be born white, just like any of us did
he's
not
going
choose
deep-
to be born
deep with it.
in our race. And to ask of you, at the individual level, for example, to give your life in service of people of color, to be used as physical barriers
Pause.
at protests.
What?
Wait. So does that mean?
Well, he lost
since,
me.
No. So he's having a message to white people, right? This is what he's talking to right now. So
Mm-hmm.
does that mean that everyone that's not white is the enemy right now?
No, that's not what he's.
No,
that's
no,
not what
no,
it
no,
is.
no, not at all. That's not what he's saying.
No,
He's just
you
saying
know.
that we, yeah.
No. All right, yeah. Anyways,
Making me feel sorry for white
to
people,
give
bro.
away your house to black people instead of your children, all actual things that have been publicly demanded of white people, to ask this of you is morally reprehensible collective punishment. You are not under any obligation to carry yourself in any sort of way that others demand of you just because of the color of your skin. This,
Goes
you
with
need to
anyone,
do
really.
this, and you need to do that
Anyone,
because
yeah.
you benefit from privilege thing is bogus. It is just a way for people harboring racial animus to attack you, to say that the accomplishments you've achieved in your life isn't yours, and to silence you. It is not you. It is this ideology that is wrong and perverse. It is one cloaked in a shroud of pseudo-justice and self-righteousness, all the while excreting toxic fumes of racial hatred. It blames all white people for the actions of their ancestors, something you have no control over, while absolving black people of personal responsibility for their own individual actions by holding that if black people commit acts of harm, for example, towards another community, that's the fault of white supremacy. White people are controlling them like puppets on a string. It's a backwards, transgressive ideology. If you don't harbor any hate in your heart but want to fight it as a matter of principle, this does not make you racist or bigoted. If you refuse to accept their premise in your head, but are too afraid to voice your opinion, you're neither a coward nor a bad person. If you're of a liberal bent, but there's a small corner in your brain telling you as you're watching this video that perhaps some of this is wrong, listen to your intuition. Maybe you think, oh, I agree with most of what the progressive left teaches about racial justice, but just not with some of this disagreeable stuff, only at the extremes. I'm here to tell you that the rot starts at the core. This racial hatred of white people is a natural outgrowth, part and parcel of an ideology that attempts to indoctrinate us into believing that there is current systemic oppression going on, that all racial disparities we see today is the sole result of oppression by white people, when there are other more plausible explanations to be had that these same people are silencing as impermissible hate speech. They're telling you, shut up. You'll take it, and you'll like it. But contrary to what you're saying,
I took that in a sexual way.
All right, I'm gonna say this real quick, and then we gotta get done with this video. I'm starting to not like this video at all because it's triggering. Like, didn't we just go from BLM to Asian hate? Now it's white hate.
I
What
think
is going on?
His speech is too. I think it's too one-sided. I think that's what it is. It's too one-sided.
Yeah.
take it.
It is dedicated. So
well, yeah.
I'll see if there is other ones, but it's just when
It's
I,
not- I don't want to find
find
another one. But yeah, this video is about what are we doing to white people. So he is staying on topic. But I'm saying I don't like the fact that this, as in social media, is bringing up, you know, the division, the separation. You know what I'm saying? It's at the end of the day, it's what are we doing to humans, like the human race? What are we doing to us? At the end of the day, that's what it should be. You keep on putting color in front of stuff. We're never gonna get through it ever. Like black
I have one
lives,
thing to add.
Asian hate, white hate. Like what?
Yeah, And another thing, him making a video like this to show them, to put it in people's faces, also a problem.
Put it in the heads. You know what I'm saying? Like, even okay. For instance, this is my last point that I'm pushing play. Let's say that you're a white person and you don't even know this is happening.
Anything about this.
You don't even feel this way. You have colored friends. You're living life. You're happy, and then you stumble upon this video and you watch it. Now he himself have planted a seed in you subconsciously that you never even thought about. Now you look at your friends a little differently. Now when they make a joke about you, like you're like, it's happening. You never even thought this way until you stumbled upon this video. This video reached 3 million people. 3.1 million people. Now let's say that you never even thought this way. He says it, now you think this way. He just put a seed in 3.1 million people's heads subconsciously. If you didn't think this way,
and in TikTok it goes to hundreds of millions of people.
So if you never thought this way,
now
people like him are literally planting the seed and keeping it going.
He's opening people's eyes.
Nah, son.
No. Same to this. It'll be like when we first watched JP, when we didn't know anything about that shit that was going on, and then we like looked into it.
But
I agree with that too. But I still disagree with JP doing it too. Now that because what I've been learning, you know, spreading negativity is not.
In the forest doesn't make a sound. Like you will live your happiest life not knowing any of this hate stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
And you'll like it.
That's a sheltered life, though.
But contrary to what you're saying, you don't have to take that.
That's the only thing that matters.
You can believe that
some people love the drama. Some people want to know the drama.
Yeah.
Things that have been done in the past were morally wrong, as well you should.
Low
all the while believing that what is currently going on is also wrong. That we're going backwards. That this is history rhyming with itself. The table is turning in an eye for an eye manner. As the great Mahatma Gandhi once said, an eye for an eye will leave the whole world blind. But those driven by hatred would sooner gouge everyone's eyes out than realize that true victory for people of color would have been having history record that when the power dynamics shifted, we treated white people with a kindness that their forefathers may not have shown our forefathers. But now, it will say when we gained the power, we turned around and started doing some of the same stuff to white people. Segregation, social ostracization, hatred sanctioned by government and law. And we're doing all of this while pretending like we're doing something valiant. We've missed our bus. But that doesn't mean that there can't be a course correction. So, to some people of color watching who are engaging in this sort of hatred, whether or not you're acutely aware, the same people that act like white people as a collective are not people, but rather some pernicious alien force that has come to invade the earth. With this video, I implore you to ask yourself, what are we doing to white people? As some people love to say, do better.
But who says that white people didn't come from outer space? How would he know that they didn't?
That's a different topic for a different video.
I know.
That would be cool to be an idea.
Okay, so
hey, it might be closer to the truth than you think, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna go ahead and close like this before we start talking about aliens. I'm gonna close like this. Hey, in the comment section, let us know what you think about this video. I'm gonna just leave it like that.